for many moms, their to-do list is more than just what we see on a page. It's also the long list of little things they are remembering and doing that often go unseen. So for Mother's Day, how about helping her out with this so-called invisible workload? Today, licensed therapist Susan Harrington is here virtually to tell us all how we can do that. Susan, hello, darling.
Hello, Malik. I love the pink jacket. It is awesome.
Thank you. Mother's Day, you know what I'm saying? Had to look good for my mom and of course you as well, Susan. We're actually matching and I love that we're talking about this topic. You know, I've never heard of the invisible workload before. What are some of the things that are considered a part of that workload?
Well, you know, our moms work consistently. The time and energy and resources it takes to manage a home, maintain a family are extensive. I get exhausted when I think about it because for the past 70 years, moms more likely have worked 2 full-time jobs. They've been the family home manager and they've had a full-time employment to bring income into the home. It's exhausting just imagining that what they do. And so, yeah, to do that, I'd like to acknowledge moms today for sure.
Yes, we love our moms out there. And you really break that invisible workload down into 3 different things: the physical, the emotional, and the mental. Talk to me about these 3 different types.
So first I want to say that when home management, doing this is about thinking and worrying and delegating and paying attention, right, to everybody else's needs. That's what's invisible. So we need to make that invisible visible. So the physical aspects of the workload are literally like making sure we eat, for example, the simple stuff. The emotional aspects are comforting and caring, showing that I see you is another piece that moms do that's so important. And then that the planning and thinking and mental aspect is coordinating schedules, making sure everybody gets where they need to get their homework done, that planning and thinking. Those are the aspects of an invisible workload.
No, it's so true. And thinking about this right now, you know, my mom has done all of that, especially as a single mom for so long. And this is powerful, everybody. Listen up to this. To solve these problems of the invisible workload, you say each family member really needs to overhaul their beliefs about the roles and responsibilities. Okay, how do we do that, Susan? Let's start with the physical.
So for physical ways to overhaul, we want to talk openly about our expectations of one another and how can each family member within their ability help. We also want to trust each other to follow through with those things we're talking about, right? No micromanaging. Somebody's going to make a mistake, you talk about it and you have it again. Then you want to make that invisible labor that mom's been doing visible. An example of how to do that is put up a calendar and everybody goes on there and marks the things they have coming up for the following week. And you have that written up and you have a conversation about it. Hear how it gets coordinated. Then we have round robin sharing. What I'm suggesting is when you sit down for supper each evening, everybody gets to talk about what I did today and what it took for me to do today and make it happen. Then you're making that invisible labor visible. And finally, you join with an accountability buddy, right? And this is for encouragement, not for complaining, that we work together on those things.
Powerful stuff. And honestly, for people watching, this is a great Mother's Day gift. If you haven't got your mom a gift yet, these are things that we as children, you as spouses, can do for moms this weekend. When it comes to the emotional, what are some actions we should be taking?
So emotional is simple. We think that only the mother in the family, whether it's conforming or non-conforming, whoever has this workload can do that. But everyone can give a hug. We all know what it looks like when we are down or depressed or stressed. We know what it looks like. We can give a hug. I've watched 2-year-olds do it with their parents, right? Each person in the family unit needs a little bit of quiet time. This helps if we take 15 minutes, an hour, whatever is possible, and the house just settles down. And then anyone in the house can offer a gesture of thoughtfulness. It's simple as, I see you working, let me bring you a glass of water. Or saying, oh, you're going to take a break. How about we go for a stroll? Getting a little outside time is good for the soul. It doesn't take much to be emotionally supportive.
It's so true. And when it comes to the mental, that third piece of the invisible workload, how can we have better actions when it comes to that piece?
So that's the most challenging and compromising piece. And that one is for the adult caregivers in the family. Because when the adult caregivers spend time looking at their workloads, because men and women equally have different invisible workloads, we need to coordinate them together so that the family is in the one who benefits, not one person or the other, or one gets depleted over the other, but that it's a joined effort. So I really want to challenge the parents, the caregivers in the family. If they want to have emotionally stable children, by the way, those are the ones that show best academic grades, success, those kinds of things, then I want you to look at a few questions that I have for y'all to reflect upon and have a conversation about.
Yeah, an open dialogue.
So I
we
want
want
you
to show people those questions, and it's so
That's
powerful.
correct. It is powerful. So think about what you truly learned as a child. You know, when your parents did things and said things, what did you learn about what men do and women do? Do you need to really challenge your gender norms? Can women change tires? Can men cook? What do we really learn when we play with dolls? People just think one thing is learned, but actually when boys and girls play together house, they both learn.
Susan, I'm telling you, you are really giving us so much great information. Unfortunately, we're out of time. I could talk to you all day long about this topic because we're talking about our moms here, the most important person in my life. I want to thank you so much for joining us today. And look, if you have more questions about this topic, guess what? Contact Susan. She's available for you. 504-452-5937 is her phone number. Now look, stay right there because we have a lot coming up on Great Day. My mommy is here. She's joining us after the break. Stick with us. We'll be right back.